Here's Foles. And incomplete to open things up. David Montgomery, the target, out of the backfield. That'll bring up second down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Foles gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now Foles. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Good.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that 3rd down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw a little dump off to his back, and nice effort.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And now Miller hit, and he fumbles, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings.
Minnesota.
So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Bears nothing. Dan Bailey.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Caught out left side by Robinson. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. CD, that's the 2nd time this half they put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And what with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cook. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Buster Screen is able to bring him down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
At the Vikings' 46-yard line.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Foles on the give to Montgomery. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Taken down back.
Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cousins to throw it. Going for the deep ball. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he is all the way up past the 25.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a run with Montgomery. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
4 yards on the pick.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Foles. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The catch made by Miller. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 32 on the play.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Cousins again. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at the 27.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Taken from just outside the 30. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On play action, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Vikings first down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll find Miller. That's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Nick! Not playing the wrong football.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A play fake to Montgomery, now Foles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
They'll take over.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action now. Cousins. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
On the deep ball.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Cohen. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings.
To number 80. Touchdown.
A big play there. 77 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
He is good.
And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Vikings 14. Bears nothing.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Foles going to lead the Bears to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll set up to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Foles. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It's a gain of
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. A big play there for the Bears on 3rd. 48 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Foles. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Following the interception, Cousins. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Cousins gives way to Cook. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
3rd down.
Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down Vikings.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Foles. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
A gain of a yard.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Down and 10.
Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet there to make the grab. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, and look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
14 yards into Chicago, first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
Cairo Santos.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a first and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to go up top for the end zone.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Oh, no, he lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
Fumbled on the play. Recovered by the offense.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock, in a tight 1-point game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. He's back to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Back to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one good for 26 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 19.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out.
Today's final score, Vikings 17, Bears 13.